Hi there. So, another day, another video. So, I'm just going to talk about this, what sounds like a Pan African movement here, but it's actually not. This movement going on here that the continent of Africa have to become one country, one president, even one political party. Now, I wonder how they're going to get that done, honestly, but if you take a look at this movement, it's really at this point it's still an ideology, some kind of a vision, but it's turned into some kind of a movement here, yeah. And this goes all into imitating USA, United States of America. If you listen to all of those people who are advocating this, at one point or other in their speeches, they're going to start referring to the USA, that they want a united Africa like the United States of America. Now, this is a terrible, terrible thing for the continent of Africa and the people of Africa. Because what is the United States of America? Before United States of America, what was that land? Who lived there before that? Yeah? Let's go back in history now, guys. Before white man came there and chopped down the trees of human blood to make a statement of himself there, and then he couldn't even build up the nation. He had to go and get slaves from Africa to build things for him. Before all that occurred, what was that part of land? Do we even know the name of that continent? No, we don't. Yeah? So you tell me now you want something like United States of America to be done to the African continent. How is that going to be done with the identities, the ethnicities, all the cultures, traditions, tribalism, and the history, our ancestry, to be kept, built upon, promoted, and exalted? You tell me now. Because USA is really what? A white man's nation. This is the ultimate representation of white supremacy and the Western power. Because this is the one place where all of them came as they are in their Western powerness here, as they are in their white supremacy, that all white skin are one. They are brothers and sisters against the rest, USA. And what has USA become? Number one, the people who have their bloodline inheritance right of that land, they are not even here to tell us what went. The descendants they have left, they're so few that they don't even have access to history themselves, not deep history. So, you tell me now, the inheritance of that continent has completely been chopped down. They have been alienated, removed. In fact, at this point, they are the minority of the United States. You people think this vision of united Africa is a good idea. Secondly, the political power of the United States of America is white supremacy, the white man and his white power. You want that in Africa? You, you're not gonna have no identity no more. You're gonna be United States of Africa now. What about your languages, your culture, your history? All gone now. United Africa now. Yeah. And as black-skinned people, because this is what our continent is, this is the inheritance of the black-skinned man and his children. USA, what is your role on that location? You came there as a slave, and white man keeps fighting tooth and nail to keep you a slave. Whenever you try to do anything here, he will remind you a slave. He will drag you back to the slave ship. You thought you can just get out of plantation here. He's dragging you back to. He has dragged you back to plantation with his Uncle Sam's system, Jim Crow. This is what you want in Africa, where you are literally nothing. You're going to become the minority, and literally the USA. Let's just take a look at the United States. Because United States, even though we know that this is white man's land by power, not by inheritance, not by bloodline, not by nature, but by power. the gun power, the atom weapon power, the brutality power, the tyranny power, the banditic power, the pirating power, the dictatorship power. It's his land, yeah? But he still fools us that this is some kind of a fairy tale dreamland for everybody, the American dream. So this land is really for everybody. Am I right or wrong according to American dream? Because everyone can come there and make it the American dream. So this is really a no person's land. Anybody can just come there and just become American. And anybody can just become that identity. Anybody can just mingle in there, and anybody can do whatever they want there. Anybody can buy land there. Anybody can do whatever there, so long as they have the finances. And we know that this is heavily controlled by who? The white man. But if you have the money, and you can sweet talk white man and white woman here, you can do anything in USA. Everyone are equal there according to the so-called American dream. Is not what we're already seeing being done on the African continent? We're having everybody now. Because you had literally this feed of white supremacy, and they felt that at some point we should share. Because if he's the only one eating of this part of meat here, the African meat part, these other people are going to make trouble by the day. So he have to allow sharing take place here. Now this is where you now have like Chinese voting on the continent. And they too are there to eat of the meat. They too are there to take off your mangoes, to pull down your papayas, your banana trees, all your plantains here. The Chinese also there to eat the plantains now. Yeah? Your sweet potatoes, they're all there to devour it now. Because white man say that what? Everybody come here and share. Because this is really a United States of Africa. Just like USA, we have the African dream here. The looting dream. Am I right or wrong, guys? The African dream, the looting dream, the stealing dream, the oppressive dream. Yeah? And you coming there now, everybody can come there and just set up business there, and everyone's supposed to imitate white man. Because he's the one who have the power there by slave force. So he's the one who invited them to come there. He will still be what coercive and tell them how to treat you people and what to do there. Yeah? And interracial marriages is not as been going for longer, but it's even worse now. That needs to come to an end. I'm just saying it. This kind of interracial relationship with non-black people, it has to come to an end. Because white man has already polluted this blood. It needs to be restored. The biracials needs to get black partners and get this bloodline cleansed. Don't start bringing in all these Chinese children and everything else. All that, it has to come to a stop. We cannot stop everyone, but we have to make an effort here as a collective to reduce it. The biracials, let them go back to the black race. As you can see nowadays, whenever they're showing beautiful women, it's only biracial women. Those aren't even black women. What's wrong with just showing the authentic black women? It's all due to this mingling biracial BS going on here. This continent originally, even Ethiopia, Somalia originally, they are not brown like that. Either you are black or jet black or you're dark brown. That is the original African complexions. We need to get back to that and stop all this and name, because this is also a part of what turning us into United Africa. Because anybody can come there, anybody can spread the seeds there, and then anyone can take over, no? Anyone can take over now? Because when you're having your descendants on this land here, and you are China, you're doing investment here, your sons are growing there, your daughters are growing there, they're connected to China. You can use that connection that my children are even there, my son is even there. So now China will forever be connected to you, and you have to buy because we're family. You get my point now? This has to come to an end. You can stop completely, but reduce it to the best ability as collective effort here. You biracials out there, you have to go back to the black race, especially when it's a white black biracial, whether it's mother is black, father is black, it doesn't matter. white people would never accept to get that sweat. I don't know about the other people here, but with white people, the best thing as a biracial, just go to the black roots and just get that bloodline straightened out. Forget the white side, because that one you will never fit in. It doesn't matter how far it belongs. We already know by now people who look completely white, just because they have drops of black blood in them, they're still black and discriminated again. So why you as a biracial, you still want to reproduce with a white person and your children look completely white? A lot of you, like my biracials with blue eyes and all that stuff, if I actually got a child with a white man, my children are going to be as white as you can get, but still they're going to be black to white people. I'm not going to expose nobody to that BS. I'm not going to expose nobody to that BS, honestly. It ends with me. It ends with me. And this is what all your biracials have to say, that the BS ends with you. You are not going to pass on this legacy of oppression to your children and grandchildren. It ends with you. I mean, like, I think like things like having a power plant erected there by a Chinese company, whatever here, is fine, but it needs to be controlled. Don't just let any Chinese company or any whoever company here come and establish anything here. You have to be selective, and you have to be clear on your terms, conditions here, that this company is here, wherever part of Africa it is, as a foreign business entity. Make that so clear. This is a foreign business you are establishing on foreign soil. You are a foreigner here. Your business is a foreigner here. Whatever you're doing here is foreign. You're not from us. You're not among us. You're not our brother. You're not our sister. White man taught you that everyone is your brother because he needs you to drop your guard, to fool you that he's your brother when he's not your brother. No one is your brother here. The Chinese man is not your brother. The Indian man is not your brother. Anybody here is not your brother. They can be your friends if they want, but they're not your brothers. Get that straight. Don't let anyone fool you to try to get beyond lines here. You can have friends. Some friends can become so good by the end of the day, after years, that you actually treat them like a real brother, but not from day one, the way white man has done it. Absolutely not. Anybody here, the only person I have anything against it is the Middle East. I'll get to that. But China, India, whoever here, they want to establish something there. Fine. Just be selective, that you know exactly who they are. In fact, know where they're even coming from in the history. Select carefully and not just allow them to crowd the place. Don't let them become the dominant business powerhouse on your land. You're not that desperate, because there's a lot of excellency within the black race already. We ourselves need to leave space for ourselves to grow, establish, and build ourselves on our own soil, not just depend on foreigners. The foreign entities you select carefully, they are there very, very specifically clear as a foreign business entity. They're foreigners on foreign soil. They're not of there, they don't belong there, they're there as foreigners. It has to be very specific and clear. So that when you catch them looting uranium, looting opioid, looting diamonds, it's an easy law enforcement court of law task, because they're foreigners. You get my point? Because they're foreigners, it's made clear from day one that they're there as foreigners on foreign soil. So they start now anything here, it's going to be very easy to prosecute them. Yeah? United States of Africa. You want to become the United States of America, where you as a black person, you Africans, you are there as slaves. That's your purpose to be there, is to be slaves. Whatever you try to do here, they drag you all the time, they pull you here and there, they still treat you like you're in a slave ship. You want that done to a different continent. Not to mention that in the United States of America, anybody can come, they become American. Is that what they're trying to do with African continent here? Like stupid Ruto, the Kenyan president. Clown, man. Mr. Clown, William Ruto, made this speech that Kenya is the origin of humanity, so this is not the homeland of all humanity. Anybody can come to Kenya visa free. What stupid person is this? This Ruto needs to be whipped, man. Honestly, he needs to be whipped, man. Stupid man, clown, Western clown puppet. This is United Africa agenda for you. Anyone can come there free and do whatever they want because this is everyone's dream, looting dream. The African looting dream. The African enslavement dream. The African oppression, the African dominant world power dream for everyone, yeah? And also, like, we don't need to be looking at the West for nothing. This system has always been against us. It built upon us, but it's against us in every sense. Like I was seeing the other day, this woman who, what is this organization called? Something about seeds, where they promote the sowing of seed. They themselves go around sowing seeds, like soy seed for farming. And this woman is, in her mindset, she's from the diaspora, yeah? But her mind, even though she's on the continent trying to build the continent, her mind is still very much in Europe and the West way of doing things. She's still admiring how, for example, they do things in Norway, that they keep the seeds in the mountains. Who does that? Excuse me. Who keeps the seeds for farming in the mountains? This may sound something not to think about or maybe clever, but this is a very terrible idea. Because what does that say about the seeding reserve system in Norway? If you're keeping your seeds in the mountains, what are you doing on the mountains? All of you will know Scandinavian folklore, the mountains are where their trolls are, all the dwarves, all these Nordic folklore figures, mountains. And we know that, I know, this country depends on witchcraft here to be the powerful Norway. No. Their big welfare system is a satanic demonic covenant. I know this, God told me this. Their whole thing is all demonic covenants. Now for any of you guys who understand witchcraft, how it works on earth level, the mountain, that is an excellent, in fact that is the best location for any witch corporation who wants to be connected to all the different planes of the astral world. Because in the mountains, you have almost like direct access to the air. You have direct access to the sky. You have at the same time direct access to the mountain level of the astral plane. You have direct access to Earth itself. And you have direct access to the belly of the Earth. You have direct access to the ocean. All in the mountain. That is the place you want to be if you are literally an expertise occultist. You store your seeds on the mountains as if you don't have laboratories all over the place to store things in. Yeah. You left the West to go and build up the continent, but still you're looking at them how to do things. I don't want this kind of seeds preserved in the mountains. Honestly, I don't want to eat that food. I honestly don't. But yeah, looking at things from our perspective, according to our needs, our way of doing things. Let's not forget that Western civilization started from the Greek Empire, borrowed and plagiarized heavily from Egypt and the surrounding African kingdoms. We know even today that the Brits took heavily from the Ashanti Empire in Ghana, Benin, and things like that. We know that the Yoruba cultures in Nigeria, they stole a lot from there. So everything they have is really a plagiarized, twisted version of what they stole from us because they live off us. So we have the ability to create a more authentic and usable system of everything for ourselves. We don't need to be looking at nobody here just for the sake of it. If you want to just learn and be interested, that's another thing. But the fact that you even base everything you do upon how someone else is living, no, that's not our thing. That's not the way to go. Yeah. United States, South Africa. It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible, it's the destruction of the African continent altogether. Because now this is the African looting dream. Anyone just come and eat off the African meat pot. Anyone come and just eat off the African rice pot. That's what's already going on here. Everyone here wants to build power here. They look at African continent somewhere all of them can go and enrich themselves. They're all there to eat the meat. Because white man is selling them this dream. Because these Africans are so dumb. They don't even know the value of gold. They don't know what diamond is. Because when you heard on Mansa Musa, he did not know what to do with his gold. Yeah. All the bronzes you stole from the North Kingdom. The Yoruba kingdoms and empires, Benin Empire, all the statues of gold and fancy craft you took from there. These stupid Africans, they know how to craft it. Yet you looted it. We don't know how to make nothing, but you stole though. The stupid Maasai who know nothing but cow and milk, all the artifacts you took. Dumb skulls who don't even have a written language to say, even though we know they did. A written language. These stupid people just drink milk and cow. Yeah? No. No one is your brother here. You have to make that very, very clear. No one is your brother here. You can become my friend, but you're just a friend. And this friendship depends on what goes between me and you. This friendship can be developed and grown over time. We can become so close that I will treat you like a brother. Because that's how natural course of friendship works, no? So what is it up with white man just rushing this relationship? Today, he met you today and you're his brother today. What is stopping him from actually just taking his time to know you? Sharing experience with you, attending your wedding, attending your daughter's wedding. What's stopping him from going through that process? He's your brother right away so that he can explore his looting dream. Yeah? Basically. Now, the Middle East. In my opinion, this is just me. This is not a group of people to trust at all. Not with anything. Because what I'm seeing here, white power here have a very strong hold on this group of people here. In fact, even now, a lot of you in the continent, you already know how this Saudi kingdom, this UAE kingdom are doing a lot of things on behalf of the West. We know about incidents like Morocco, we know incidents like in Tunisia, where these governments are being paid by the West on how to treat Africans. We all have seen how Western supremacy, racism against black people have just been easily adapted into these Arab nations on African soil. How many of you, when you travel to Egypt, you travel to Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria, Libya, you feel like you're not even wanted there? You're still on African soil. But these people really make it clear you're not wanted there. You're not one of them. Not that you're there to be one of them, but listen to me, I'm literally an African from this soil. When I travel anywhere in Africa, I don't want to be treated like an alien, like I am a clown object of Jim Crow, blackface. You get me? Not that I want to become one with you, but not for you to say that, oh, my black skin is not wanted here. Yeah? These people, they go on copying everyone here. Because China hasn't buying land, they're also buying land here. And we have seen with North Africa here, how they did not share land with us. They came to spread Islam, but now they took over land and what they did to us, I don't know. But how do you completely chase everybody from the entire North African region unless you also kill people along the line? The same thing, just look at Sudan. This is all of us alive today. Anywhere from age 25 and above who have been following international news now and then. We know Sudan incident very well, how this nation just transformed into an Arab nation before our very eyes. especially you guys in your 50s, 60s. You have seen this live, how the Sudan just became an Arab nation altogether. Yeah? This is what they really want. Especially when they know that the West have been living off you and you're so filthy rich in resources and there is a looting dream to have here. They're gonna take it full one. In fact, they're going to want to wipe you out completely so that it's now an Arab nation, an Arab continent. I mean, they're going to now transform the entire continent into a Middle Eastern second place. We're going to talk about the second Middle East. If I joke, these Arab people, don't joke with them. Don't joke with them. You people who are Muslims, you have another situation here. It's not my business. I'm not a Muslim here, so I don't have to be clinging to these people for nothing here. I'm just telling you what I've been seeing here and from my own observation and my own reasoning here. These are not people you trust. People who sell you out for the West. They will ill-treat you, detain you because of money from the West. Like they did in my situation here, they sold me out. And then they started now that because they've been giving me some money here and there, now they have the right to abuse me. The women are now the white stench over me. And I have to submit to become a slave to them. And they also use the situation here. They go around now trying to recruit black women to fight their war in Israel. Black women are once supposed to fight their war in Israel. What is stopping the Middle Eastern countries to fight their own war? You want a woman to fight your Israeli war, you get a Middle Eastern country to fight the war for herself. Middle Eastern woman being shot dead, Middle Eastern woman dying, Middle Eastern children. Get a Middle Eastern woman to fight for her vagina and her children. Because that's what black women do. We never went around dragging anybody here to fight our cause. No, we rise and do it ourselves because it is our female vagina and the children coming out of it we are defending. So what makes you think that you can now just come to us and tell us to stop fighting our war and causes to fight your vagina problem? Because that's what is your vagina problem, because you couldn't care a damn about us. In fact, you hate us so much. You all know about how you guys have literally the oldest Muslim population outside of Middle East in Africa. But up till today, you have the most terrible relation compared to the white Muslims. Especially this Middle Eastern woman here. Her attitude towards black Muslim women here. They're not even sisters. She's still white. Our son can come home with a prostitute, a porn star. As long as a white woman, yeah, oh, God bless her. But you from Senegal, who come from a household where 5 generations you have been Muslims, now you are cursed. Satan must hate her if your son brings you to her as a daughter-in-law. What does that tell you? What does it tell you, honestly? So these people, don't let them do anything because they are just going to find a way. They're always looking for how to take over. That's just who they are. And this is also why white people will be fighting them now, even still. Not that I give so much. We know that these people are racist, yeah? But I'm just saying that there's an element they are building this racism upon, which is the fact that these racism people, they are also supremacists like white people. They also desire to be the dominant power. They see themselves as above everyone by just being who they are. Just like white people in white skin. And just like these white people, they want to take over everything here and they want to plant the seeds all over the place. And we all see in the Western nation how they use Islam here. They will not come to your restaurant unless you sell halal meat. You have to sell halal meat at Aldi, things like that. And what is halal meat, if you think about it? It's a blessed food, no? Because as a Christian or any religion, for that matter, when you bless the food in the name of your God, it can really easily become a sacrifice to that God. Now, this is the food that everyone have to be eating. People who don't even believe in this God literally have to be eating the food you dedicate to this God. This is not some kind of religious dominance. I don't get it. Why do Aldi have to have halal meat? Why do I have to buy halal meat at Aldi when I'm not a Muslim? Why should I eat a food that was blessed by the name of Allah when I don't worship Allah? You tell me now. It's something else if I went to a kebab shop and got myself food there. I know very well they sell halal meat here. That's something else. But me just going to Aldi, Tesco, Lidl, and I have to still buy halal meat by force. This is not religious dominance. How they try to copycat everyone here. They try to somehow compare us to Christians when we know that this is a like what right do women have in Islam here? You stupid women lying around here. We know that you don't have the equality right Christian women have. You don't. The way we Christian women can use our Bible to demonstrate that we are indeed the same as man, the same flesh. You Muslims cannot do that with your Quran. But you were plagiarizing, though you hate Christianity. You said that our God is not even God. But you are using his principles to elevate yourself. You think I will be silent? Now, you're at war with me, you're at war, man. I'm just saying, man, these people... I don't know what you're gonna do, but I will not recognize you to allow them to establish any corporate business there. Do not allow them to set up a bank there. Do not allow them to start any mining, whatever there. Just don't give them any access to the territory that is not Northern Africa, basically. And that Islam, whatever here is. If you're not a Muslim, you don't need to submit to the BS, honestly. No, I don't need to go to Aldi and buy halal meat by force. I don't have to. When I go to the kebab shop here, I go there, I know that they sell halal meat there. I still buy it, that's my choice. But if I don't want to buy it to cook at home, no, thank you. But that's basically it for you guys.